Greetings, ladies, and oh my god, Sour Patch Kids. I want those. Hey everybody, it is the Honey Badger here, and joining me obviously is Ka, and it is in fact time for Patch Notes 520. We're gonna look over the patch, tell you what's happening. Somebody's tweeting at me. That's cool. And yeah, that's what we're gonna do. So that's the dealio. Check it out. Yeah, so that's the deal. Anyways, let's take a... So, actually, first things first. Kindred's will be released this... I feel like I said this last time.
Didn't you say it last time?
I think I said it last time. Bugs, they, it's two of them, right? Kind of like Quinn and Valor, but just one name. So they were bugged. So they just decided to release in 520 instead of bugged, which makes sense. I'm okay with
519.
Yeah, I'm okay with Riot taking their time to fix things, honestly. So, yeah. But let's jump into champion changes after you leave this video a like. Much appreciated. Thank you. Snuck it in there. First up is Azir, and this is actually an interesting one. This is actually more of a bug than a buff. There was a bug.
Really?
Yeah, didn't they say it was a bug? There's a change in code to Emperor's Divide that had an unfortunate
so
side
it's always
effect.
supposed to have been.
Yeah.
Like always supposed to be 325.
Yeah. See, we tweaked the original ult back to its original range. So his ultimate is tweaked now. Instead of the alt units starting at 175 units behind him, it's 325. So that's much better. No, guys, there is no Cassiopeia changes in this patch, so no hissing involved. Thank you.
When I think to myself, what champion needs a buff? Azir is the first thing that comes to mind.
That's what I was thinking. I played him the other day on stream, and everybody was like, this champion's bad, and then I killed everything, and I was like, no, this champion's good.
That champion's OP.
Yeah. So this isn't a buff, it's just a fix to what it was supposed to be. So.
But it's a buff, because before it was 175, and now it's 325.
Well, I think just for a patch. It was not the whole time. So.
And he's still OP in that patch.
Actually, I think I've encountered this specific thing. It is really annoying because you get to them and then you shove it and you're like, why didn't that take them with? Because I mean, if you use his ultimate really well in a 1v1, you know, you get on him and you scoop them the direction you want. If it doesn't scoop them because it's missing half of its range, that's annoying.
Wait, so you could actually miss the damage on it too, right?
Yeah, exactly. Like, it's a pretty big bug nerf, so...
It's not a bug, they just changed the range.
Yeah, well,
fix it back.
They fixed it. I like it. Keep it the way it is. Nobody plays him very well. I don't think he's a big problem. So, yeah, he's a really good champion if you play him really well and you have the right team comp and you get the late game. But if you don't play him well, honestly, he's pretty easy to kill. So,
but you can say that about any champion.
Not true.
Like, you don't play Mundo well and you're dead. You are dead.
Sure. Sure. Let's just go to the next champion, shall we?
Yes.
Darius. Darius is what some people would call strong. I call him adequate, and I call him laughable. But that's mostly because he's also the world's easiest champion to kite. But bad people stand on top of him and die. Anyways, apart from that, his Decimate's blade width is getting nerfed by 50. So that'll be smaller now, which is helpful for dodging it. And then his Apprehend slow, instead of 90%, will be 40%. It's very short, though, so yes, it will be better. But these are no damage numbers, and that's honestly because his damage numbers aren't terrible. The Decimate will affect his damage output, obviously, because of the width of it being shortened. But honestly, guys, Darius is a champion that is super kiteable. Same thing with Garen. That's why you don't see Garen picked at Worlds. Darius...
Well, you see Darius picked or banned every game.
You do, but you see what has happened because of this.
Yeah, the team that picks him wins.
Not even true. Not even true.
What's the stat?
I'm going to it right now. I'm going to check it for you. You're also the person who said Mordekaiser wasn't OP and the dude's got a 100% win rate at Worlds. That's all I'm saying.
Not OP.
That's all I'm saying.
He's not OP.
He's good.
What is his win rate right now?
I'm checking. It takes a second to find these. You know how many stats they have at Worlds?
Like
way too many.
12.
12 million.
They're all from the Korean.
I want information. Don't worry, guys. I'm checking it. Talk amongst yourselves. Yes, Warsong Commander getting nerfed. Thank God. That card's ridiculous. Like that deck is just that deck.
Get back on track, Andrew.
AIDS. Why can't I find it? Oh, group stage. Boom. All right.
Wait.
Champion statistics. You wanted it, right?
Bob just came up with an excellent thing. Any champion that balls can get to pentakill with is OP.
That's a good joke. I like it. Okay. Do you want to know though what his win rate is percentage wise
I would guess it's like 41.
at Worlds, bro? You just said he had 100%. What do you actually think it is?
No, pick ban is what I said. He had 100%.
Oh no, his pick ban isn't 100.
What is it?
83.
That's a lot.
There's 4 more champions above him.
Who's that?
Lulu, Elise, Mordekaiser, Gangplank. Gangplank's the 100%. He's the only one.
All right, touche.
So his win rate, though, is 56%. That's not that crazy at Worlds. It's not. Like I said, Mordekaiser and Gangplank are currently at 100%. Granted, they have less games, but they still have 4.
Those
and
are
it's still
terrible
100%.
teams like AHQ
Not even true.
picking that champion.
Other teams that are going through have picked that champion.
Yeah,
I'm
but
just
not the American team.
saying. There's
they
a lot of
suck.
100% win rates, although most of them have 1 game. Shen's 100% with 5 picks. You talked about that. That's true. Azir's still got a higher one. God, in fact, Darius really isn't that high up on the list for win rate, to be honest. So get wrecked. Anyways, moving
He's
on.
excellent. He's excellent.
Anyways, we will. So yeah. Anyways, just as to the general public, I know everybody thinks Darius and Garen are super overpowered, and they're very good champions. I'm not saying they're bad, but they're very kiteable. So as long as you just don't stand on top of them, you can win. So that's all I'm saying.
That's true.
Next, we have Dr. Mundo. El Doctor.
Damage and health costs.
Yeah, so Burning Agony damage and health costs occur every half second instead of every second. Identical to cost of 519. Okay, cool. Quality of life thing. Masochism now resets Mundo's basic attack timer. Mundo's next basic attack after activating increases basic attack range by 25 and deals an additional 5% of his maximum health. And then Mundo's health cost is paid once the strike hits the target, not upon activating the ability. So these are actually all really good quality of life changes, honestly, and some good, just nice changes for Dr. Mundo. He's kind of, even with all the changes to all these beefier items, we haven't really seen Mundo, which is kind of a weird thing. Even like with the massive changes to like Warmogs, which should have been absolutely nuts on Mundo. Think of a Mundo who barely escapes a fight for a second, and then that active hits while his ult's going off. The dude would be at 100% health in honestly like 4 seconds. It would be nuts. But we haven't seen Mundo, and it's because he's just always been a little lackluster with the shift in the meta. But these are really good quality of life changes. Honestly, we'll probably see him played a little bit now, I would think. He's not bad. He just was missing just that little bit.
The auto attack reset is really big for auto attack, like for lasting under turret, because Mundo got pushed under turret a lot.
The health scaling's nice too.
Yeah, the health scaling is excellent because you're thinking what 5%. The typical Mundo has like 4,000 health, so that's 200 damage.
Oh yeah, it's a lot. It's a good amount.
200 damage plus the extra range, which is a problem for melees who get kited very easily, like Mundo does, and obviously the auto attack reset will apply to champions as well. So.
Yeah.
I think it's a good change. I don't know.
Yeah, no, it's good.
It can't hurt the champion because the champion's terrible. So, that's good.
Yeah.
I like that.
It's good for Mundo. I like it. Next we have Evelyn. Pretty straightforward change happening to her. Dark Frenzy is now going to cost mana. It's going to cost 40. It was free to cast originally. I don't see this being that big of a deal because Evelyn has the greatest mana regen passive in the game. So,
yeah,
that's helpful. Granted, she spams Q, whatever, and that costs, but other than that, no, things are fine. So.
Evelyn's one of my most hated champions to play against, just because I'm still at not a very good elo where people don't understand that you ward farther into the jungle. To spot Evelyn, so you know where she's at instead of the
you ward camps.
Spot. Yeah, you ward camps. So when she attacks camps, you can see where she's at, get that information. But I don't know. It's a big change because it's refreshable ability, and you can eat through mana really quickly if you're chasing down multiple people. But in that case, if you're getting those resets, obviously your team's winning the fight. So it probably won't affect you that much anyway. I don't know. Any nerf to Evelyn's good on my plate. So.
Yeah, I agree. Next is Fedora. Now, Fedora's probably the hardest impacted champion, I'd say, this patch.
Just because of the lack of patches, like the lack of changes to other champions. Yes.
Yes.
This isn't a. I don't think this is a.
I think this is decently big, though.
I don't think this is like she won't completely drop out of meta, but like I understand what you're saying.
No, I agree.
This
I agree.
is the
I do
biggest
agree.
change.
Yeah. So what's happening is with her grand challenge, her ultimate, instead of the duration on that lasting 5 seconds to proc all of those, it's only going to last 2 seconds. The reason for this is because people were using it to basically just throw it onto a low target about to die. Everybody would blow that target up, and then everybody would get the giant heal field. It was a little too easy.
Yep.
So instead of having her be able to do this in lane so much and to deal all that extra damage for that time, she's only going to have it up for 2 seconds. And then so what they'll do to kind of make it better and worse all at the same time is her heal duration goes up by 1 second for every vital Fiora strikes beyond the first. So if she gets multiple procs off on it, and it does go off, the heal duration will be increased. So it's actually a buff. But to actually get that to happen within those 2 seconds will be difficult, as it should be. Although still worthless in my opinion.
Yeah, I don't know. She's pretty OP still.
Oh.
I think because it doesn't affect any of her damage numbers,
Yeah.
and like her early game damage numbers are still ridiculous. So she'll still do the same thing, really, really well. It's just that her team fight ability will go down a little bit.
Yeah.
In my opinion. I don't know.
She's still super strong in lane, so
Yeah.
that's not, it doesn't, yeah, it's whatever. So that is Fiora. Kalista. On her W, this is her Sentinel. We are aware of a bug where melee Oathworm champions must hit a marked champion twice before they trigger the passive damage bonus.
So they're not even saying that they've changed it, they're just aware of the bug? Is that what they just said?
Yeah.
So
they're saying most melee champions won't have enough base attack speed in the early game to attack twice. So the duration of a single mark. So potential workarounds include the melee champion marking the opponent first, after Kliss is refreshing the mark with multiple hits. Thanks for your patience as we fix this bug. Could they address the...
So they're not changing anything?
No, it's just they're letting us know that there's a bug. Could they address the bug with Nasus that's been plaguing him for a million years and the reason why I won't touch him? Because, Nasus, his Q doesn't go off. He'll just hold it above his head for like a duration of 2 standard attacks. Then he'll finally attack. The Q still won't go off. Then his auto resets, and then it goes off the next attack. It just stands there about to hit something. He just kind of stands there. He's like...
I haven't seen that.
It's so annoying. I had it happen during a live stream like literally 10 times in one game.
I don't play Nasus.
So bad. But yeah. Well, okay, cool. They're going to fix it. Moving on.
In future patches.
In future patches. Next is Teemo.
That's what they call foreshadowing.
That's major foreshadowing. Rito is stepping into my foreshadowing. Teemo's next, actually. So his arm time on his mushrooms now is going to be 1 second instead of 1.5. I honestly like that change. It's kind of weird when you use them actually in a fight now that you can throw them a little bit and it doesn't go off. It feels really stupid. So this is actually kind of a nice tweak just to that. And then the cooldown on it is being reduced. Part of this makes sense to me too, just because they don't last on the map as long, so you kind of make up for some of that. But once again, this is Teemo. I know there's a bunch of people who are just all angry about Teemo. It's, I don't know. Who cares? To me, I don't really care. But
You ready for this?
Yep.
Shit's about to get real.
Oh yeah.
They over-nerfed Teemo.
They did a little bit. Yeah, I agree.
They either should have decreased the duration of the mushrooms or decreased the damage, not both. And I think they're slowly starting to like just kind of buff it back up, but in areas other than those two categories, which I think is a huge mistake. Because I think that that Teemo will be too weak up until they buff one of those numbers back up, and then they'll have all these changes that they've already done. It'll just be bonanzas. And yeah, so I don't know. I just don't like what they're doing with the champion. I thought that he was fine when they nerfed the duration and they didn't last for 10 minutes or whatever it was.
Yeah, that was fine. I think that was Just right there was completely fine, but
Because he's supposed to be annoying and win lane and provide basic vision control and like
and a disturbance on the field, but not within a team fight.
correct. And so like if you could just group up and force like if you had Malphite or something that you could force a team fight with, then Teemo was pretty useless. And so like it created that different strategy to the game, but now he's just kind of Magoo. I don't know.
Yeah, I agree.
Shauna, no.
Next is something that will be very sad.
Shauna.
Vayne will be seeing 3 attack damage removed from her base attack damage stat.
That's a huge 3 attack damage.
Down to 50. Get wrecked, Kyle. I know you play
That's a huge 3
Vayne.
attack damage. Just saying.
It is impactful.
Because not only does that affect last hitting, but it also like early game, which is pretty pivotal to AC or AD carries. But you also rely on your Q reset, so you like auto Q auto, and so like that will also affect your Q auto. So it's like basically you're just giving up 6 damage in the beginning, which when you start you don't think it's a lot, but when you like are trading back and forth with an AD carry, that adds up. So
it really does.
It's actually a pretty substantial nerf. I don't want to say substantial. It's a decent sized nerf to an already weak AD carry in the beginning of the game. But that's what she's supposed to be.
Yeah, exactly.
So, and I honestly don't think that Vayne is that hard to play in the early game now, just because of the supports who are being played and also the other AD carries who are popular.
Yes, that's true too.
Because like Graves fell out of like
a handful of the lane bullies aren't. Yeah, a handful of the lane bullies aren't being played.
Lucian's nothing.
Yeah.
Like, it's just like people think that Caitlyn's the hardest counter to Vayne, which is true, just because of the range factor. Because you can get literally 3 autoed for every auto.
Yeah.
But like if you play it correctly, basically once you get your blade, you should be able to 1v1 as long as you don't tumble onto traps. So.
Yeah.
Like. That's not a very hard matchup because you're talking, 3,200 gold for Blade of the Rune King, and then you can win that lane. So, I don't know. It won't stop me from playing Vayne.
Oh, I agree. She's still really good. One thing I've noticed recently, and I don't know if people have just kind of got stupid recently or something, I feel like people are playing around terrain wrong around Vayne again. Like, they didn't see Vayne for a while and everybody forgot that, like, she uses terrain against you really well.
They don't know what her condemn does?
Yeah, I've seen that so much.
I've been playing on Smurfs lately, and people will walk into, like I'm just, like gonna try to tumble right to try to get them into the condemn, and they just like are like try to orb walk because they think that I'm losing. I'm just like, oh damn, all right, click.
Yeah, chink. Yeah, right in the
and
wall.
it did.
Yeah, and then they take 4 autos standing still because you got 8,000 attack speed, and you're like, yeah, no, I have my blade already. You have a BF sword, I don't care.
Yeah, exactly.
So, that's Vayne. She's the last of the champion changes. Now, in the jungle, they're adjusting some points of the patient system that they introduced in the last patch. Monsters now respond to aggression from players as long as they've reached their home camp. Previously, they had to be at the 90% health mark, blah, 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 blah. Now they just respond instantly once they reset. Monsters will get a temporary increase in their regeneration rate if they lose all their patience and retreat back to the camp. So small changes there to make it a little bit less annoying.
I actually really like the patience thing.
Yeah, I was fine with patient things too, actually. I thought it was going to be worse than what it was. It really wasn't that bad. I'm okay with it. So
because I know a lot of people didn't use, like, for some reason, I don't even know why, I was playing Fizz in the jungle, but, like, you're not supposed to use Playful Trickster when clearing camps, but when you're, like, trying to speed clear, I do it anyway.
Yeah.
And it's really nice that when you go in, like, invulnerable, their health doesn't instantly start to refresh, and you basically lose the damage that you gained from doing Playful Trickster.
Yeah.
So I actually really liked that mechanic. I thought it was really well thought out. So
yeah, cool. All for one or one for all, or all those
things?
Is this
the one where you pick one champion and then everybody on your team has it?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, that's all right.
Yeah, so 520, it will be coming out. Mac load time improvements, cool story. Get a real computer for gaming.
Thank the Lord! Oh my God, Alexia plays on a Mac. It takes forever.
Oh, it's true. It does, doesn't it?
Oh, I've waited for like 4, 5, 6 minutes. She's like, I bought that most expensive Mac, and I was like, it's a Mac.
It's not. I don't care if you bought an expensive Mac. You just bought something that you're supposed to like.
Woo!
Yeah. Anyways, splash updates are coming to Assassin, Master Yi, Jade, Dragon, Wukong, Frosted Ezreal, Chosen Master Yi, and Vandal Brand.
Okay, so all of these I think look really good.
They do look
But
good.
I think Jade Wukong, they didn't change enough to like.
I agree.
Splash.
I agree.
Frosted Ezreal looks way better though.
He does look like a girl still though, but
yeah, that's what I was just about to say.
Bug fixes: clumped up minions and champions no longer randomly speed up or skip forward to get around each other. Fixed an issue where certain files were being unnecessarily re-downloaded during patches. Wow.
Yeah. You laugh at that, but like
that's a bunch of time.
Yeah.
And data. And then Mecha Kha'Zix's claws have been slimmed back down to their proper shape. So some good fixes there. Sure. Upcoming skins.
Yo, this Kassadin skin though.
Dude.
Kassadin.
Cosmic Reaver. What the? It looks so cool.
And then everybody's like getting on Riot because supposedly Spiritfire Brand looks like
it looks exactly like
a WoW character or something. And I'm sitting over here like, man, people who played WoW were nerds.
Yeah, I do think the brand was really neat though too. Spiritfire Brand looks neat.
Yeah.
What are you guys gonna be picking up? Let us know.
I'll in the comments.
In the comments. Are you gonna be getting any of these?
Yeah, I'll get.
I think I'm gonna be getting Demon Vi. I'm gonna sound weird here. I like playing Vi, and I don't actually like any of her current skins. I know that's weird because a lot of people like her current skins. I don't like
the.
Her.
What is that one? That's
it's what I call it. Yellow bodysuit Vi. I don't know what it's called. I think it's ugly.
I call it what the hell is that show? Scott Pilgrim Vi.
Yeah, pretty much. And then the other one, Debonair. It's whatever. Don't really care for it. She looks like a dyke. So.
That does not look like a Protoss. I'm just saying that now.
So, I like this demon one. I like her normal skin. Her base skin, like to me too. Her base skin's sweet just because the power fists and all that. So that's the other problem she ran into.
This skin is like really well thought out just because you have like little like I don't say Easter eggs, but just like the Vi on her leg, like 666.
Yeah, it's
like
just it's
clever. That's
just
really clever.
Yeah.
I like her goggles.
Yeah, I like this one. It's definitely different and weird. So. Yeah, to be honest, all these skins, even the Kindred secondary skin, all four of these I think are like we were complaining about skins in the last patch.
Well, let's be real, the reason that we were complaining is because they had those group skins, and this is like the first patch that we haven't had some bullshit like
group skins.
Oh, Academy Kassadin, Brand, and Vi.
Yeah, I agree. And I think that helps them all out quite a bit. So these are really cool. Now, did you see the skins that are going to be coming out for the
Harrowing?
How do you feel about those? So we have...
I will probably get the Zombie Nunu.
Slayer Pantheon.
Slayer Jinx.
Zombie Nunu. So I think there's another skin that isn't related to those that'll also be coming out. I can't remember what it was called though.
I'll get the Zombie Nunu, but I don't think I'll get either of the Slayer one.
I want to see more about the Slayer ones. Obviously, we just saw like little PBE previews of them. But we'll see. I mean, these always get changes all the way up until they are released, just tweaks and, clarity changes.
When I first saw this Kassadin skin, like, for some reason they released the Splash Hearts first, which I actually liked a lot just because you could get, like, the wow factor. And then I saw the in-game, and I was like, that's all right. And then I saw, like, the particle effects, and I was like, all right, I'll buy it.
You're like, oh,
all right.
Oh, I'll be there. Money. I'll see you later. I'll be there. Okay.
So, I don't know. I like it when they do these, but they need to stop doing the group skins. And I think next patch has, like, a group skin in it, doesn't it? The Slayer ones. I don't know if it's going to be a duo one or what, but not a fan. Not a fan.
Yeah.
Slayer Jinx is my sexuality.
What?
What's in the chat?
I don't even know what that means.
Oh gosh.
Anyways, for the most part, that is patch 520. Not a super long patch, obviously.
We'll probably have pretty short patches until the preseason patch, correct?
Until the preseason, preseason will be the first time when we get some large patches.
And make sure everybody gets to gold by, November 11th this year?
Or if you're already at gold, stay there, which you can't go anywhere.
Stay there?
Well, you can't fall.
Oh, yeah.
Because you have to be at least plat
to made it easy.
Anyway. Which is fine.
But you get my point. What is it? Victorious
Severe. Actually, the big one is get yourself a team together and try to get yourself the ward.
I don't care about it. I'll always use the Earth.
Earth? I use the
So-
fist bump most of the time.
Yeah.
But-
So that doesn't mean anything to me.
I mean, if you really want to collect all the things,
Oh yeah.
catch all them Pokemon. I think I will be streaming later tonight as well on the live channel. I'll post a link in this chat box right now. So if you want to come play or hang out or all those things, I'm going to be playing in a little bit. We're going to get some food first.
Are we going to be playing some Log of Legions, or are we going to be playing some? What's on the schedule for tonight?
Logs of Legions.
No Battlefront tonight.
No,
Or is
it's
it closed?
It's closed. I didn't.
I don't know these things. I don't play that.
I don't know these things. Who knows? No, we've been playing some leagues of Legos.
Yeah, I love them Legos.
So that's what we will be playing in a little bit. I'm gonna get some food first in between this, obviously, when this is ending in a second, and that. So if you want to head over there, there's I'll show a couple. There's a couple links to the live channel. There will be some games played. Join us. It shall be fangoriously gelatinous. So I think that's it. Is that it? That's it.
That's it.
That's it. That's the patch.
Nothing really happened.
Yeah, not a lot. We appreciate it if you could leave us a like, because it makes us feel warm in the area below the bowels.
Yes.
We
Deep
like
bluish hue
yes.
down in
And
my plums.
yeah, other than that, I hope we see you guys later. And yeah, good night. Goodbye. Bye.
Bye.